I built my garden with the golden hearts, the medley sparks, a serpents lurking in my art. Vision dark, it lost parts, a slick tongue. Glide to speak, deceive the weak, they eat the treat in the street. With venom glands, his fangs slobber on the pillow and sheets. Don't ever
Wu-Tang, 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 Wu-Tang is on the brain. Down, down, down. Listen, I got my sign over there. I need the sign in the background and all that all the time. But I'm gonna do the recap, review, whatever you want to call it. Liquid Swords episode. We're gonna get into it. All right. So I like the way they set the scene. You hear thunder at night, everything dark, all the lights out in the Wu Mansion. What the fuck happened? Divine ain't pay that light bill. He tried to turn on the lights and shit. The light switch wouldn't work. The light bill and shit. He lit a candle. Found Gza in the studio listening to his album. That was the missing thing that he wanted. Wu on the album. He wanted Wu on the album. So that's why I ain't put it out yet. He wanted more of the clan on it as a group on some of the tracks. Tomorrow he need that joint by the record company need the album by a certain time, like so early. So it's not gonna be enough time for him to get the Wu brothers and everybody on that shit. Cause Divine was telling him, yo, we need to share at a certain time. At the candle and shit. But it was decent how when he said he need his Wu brothers, the lights came back on with the Wu logo sign lit up. That was fire. Divine said, okay. Gave him a paper with all the Wu members' names on it. Like RZA. Like it was a paper with like Inspector Deck, just got their names on it. I didn't know it was gonna be a nice numbers on the back of the paper. I don't know. It just got the names, show the names on the front. So now he on the mission to meet the Abbott. You know, the RZA. You know, you meet up with the RZA. With get the Wu brothers and shit. Get everybody together. You know, so the scene turned into some kung fu shit movie type episode, you know, cause now we getting into the mind of the Gza. You know how everybody had a episode when RZA was making his beats and sampling shit. You get into the mind of the RZA when he's creating the beat. I mean, we already did that. We did ODB, did Raekwon on some mafia shit. Now we doing Gza joint. They never showed the success of Meth album and how he made his joint. But who else? Did we miss anybody? Raekwon, Old Dirty, Gza. Yeah, we on Gza joint. Ain't do Ghost Sean yet. Mexicano, yep. So scene was on some kung fu shit, right? It's serious cause they speaking about, and this shit was serious. This episode was serious cause they was speaking about how the industry, like the commercial, how the government, you know how like the commercial music and they play all that radio, they play all that bullshit on the radio, all that shit that poison the mind. You know, it's just programming. You know how they want glorify the negativity and the violence, and they try to put us in a box, or this is the image they put out. They try to make it seem like we all like that. This is something we need to getting the younger generations head and get them to step into some sense or some reality and just be like, yo, this is dumb. Why am I doing this? I'm feeding into the higher ups plan that's evil. Stop the dumb shit. Stop the violence. Increase the peace. Stop killing each other. What's the wrong enemy? It's killing your brother. Um, yeah, it was hot how they did that though. For the commercial industry, the people that the evils behind that, the devils that work under that programming, that's programming the young minds, that's trying to destroy the young minds through television, through music and shit like that. Funny how they try getting the music and try to fuck up the rap industry too. I'm just basically saying he coming through to chop off the heads of the snakes that's destroying hip hop and keeping it, and he's keeping it alive. So Gza coming through with the liquid swords to chop off the heads of the snakes that's destroying hip hop, and he's keeping it alive. That's a fact. WU-TANG forever. Girl that was broadcasting the show was killing it. The joint at the scene where she was like, "Whirlwind, come," and she was just rapping on the broadcast joint like, "Oh, that's messages through the radio." Just like, "Oh, that was messages they sent through the rats." But yo, what was she? Was she a Five Deadly Venom? You know they had the group with the girls, Five Deadly Venoms. Was she a Five Deadly Venom? Like who? I mean, that was just nice. Like what part was she playing? She was nice. And I want to go back. Cause what part? Well, when they this shit was like the ghetto Wizard of Oz. It was like a hood. It was like a hood. It was like a kung fu hood Wizard of Oz. Kung fu hood black a black kung fu hood Wizard of Oz or Oz. It was like I mean, but the Abbot was like the person they wanted. Everybody was trying to go see. Like on the Wizard of Oz, what was it? The genie or the wizard or some shit. But on this joint, the Wu joint, it was the Abbot, which was RZA. Everybody wanted to go see, so they teaming up. And and while Jizz on his mission, they get his Wu brothers. He's on the mission. He's on the mission to see the Abbot, but also on the mission to meet up with his Wu brothers. And he's meeting up with his Wu brothers, and they all going to see the Abbot, record these joints or these beats or whatever. I mean, the tracks that he want to do with his Wu brothers to get the beats for that. But the Abbot up there, he's saying first he bumped into the young boy in a wheelchair. I think that was Ninth Prince. I think he played. I think that's Ninth Prince, but he was playing his part. This fed you, bro. Don't start mounting into my bro. Don't start mounting into my own junk on my live. I just fed you. But I think that was Ninth Prince in a wheelchair, so he meet up with him and shit. Like, yeah, I'm going to meet the Abbot. So it's like the Ghetto Wizard of Oz, the Kung Fu joint. But when they meet Inspector Deck, I think it was Inspector Deck next. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna bring it up anyway. I don't know if he was the first one they met, but I'm gonna just bring it up. If it's not in order, if it's not in order, fuck it. But I'm gonna bring it up anyway. When they met Inspector Deck, they met up with him. It was like these lights, cause they had to put these lights together. Cause the girl in the broadcast, her God was in it's like a radio station. It was like then it was like trying to save hip hop. So on this broadcast, they was sending out messages, and anybody could just connect the messages. Just gotta put the dots together and connect these power lines for the real hip hop shit to shine, or bring the real, or for them to bring real hip hop back. So they on a mission to do that, but he bumping into Inspector. Like, oh, that's Inspector Manifesto. They all had their nicknames. I don't think I put I ain't put all their nicknames on here, but they use these nicknames that they use on some of these songs or some of the AKAs to be like that for real. But they bumped into Inspector Deck. It was a sign, and on these signs when they put the when they turned the power on the signs, it was MF Doom, no cat, all caps when you spell his name. MF Doom, Razcast, Cam, I don't know who KAM, I don't know who that is. Jay Dilla, and I'm trying to figure out who was that last name all the way at the end. And like on this whole joint, they was showing like when vinyl started, when tape deck started, so they was showing shit, and it was like real hip hop shit, like the real era of hip hop, 1987, when it ended, when the real era of hip hop end, the end of real the end of the real era of hip hop, like 1999 or going on to 2000, shit like that. Well, we trying to keep it alive, and they had the code. Well, I got that in my notes. We gonna get to that, but no, that girl killed it. Oh, time out. That girl that was broadcast, them lyrics, them bars was fire. Them bars was fire. Even my wife was like, yeah, she was speaking, she was killing that shit. I was watching, my wife was like, yeah, she was killing that joint. Bars was fire, shorty. That's some Five Deadly Venom shit. They got signs. They got signs when the vinyl tapes came out. Yup, second second half era golden era, second half of the golden era. It's like sports. You know how you see sports signs. It was like first half they scored this many points, second half they scored. It was like a sports sign. The second half was golden era, 1987 to 1999. It got the birth. It got the birth for the culture vultures. 2002 was the birth of the culture vultures. And I totally agree. I totally agree with the timing they had on this joint. So this episode was real, like, serious to me. Like for a real hip hop head, a real hip hop cat, so you know what I'm talking about. This episode was real serious because Nas came out with an album called Hip Hop Is Dead. We remember that too. So we all been through this phase where we like, yo, they killing hip hop with this bullshit. And our younger generation is feeding into it and they doing this dumb shit. We don't want to look like the old heads that's corny now, but we still thorough. We still gonna do our rap and everything. But yeah, hip hop died. Well, hip hop is still alive. It was buried in a pet cemetery and it came back. It's one of my bars I had. So they got something else up too. Another sign. They trying to like predict the future. They got this other sign, end of a culture, 2042. Damn. They don't believe they don't believe in nobody not gonna keep it alive. I'm gonna keep that shit alive. I was hot when Jizzle was listening to the broadcast with the John rapping. I like I like when Jizzle said, all dope, here's a message. These are messages. All dope lyrics have messages in them. That's a fact. I like when he said that. That was decent. That's what I'm saying. This episode was serious. Some real hip hop shit. If I inspect the Deck Manifesto, turn on the first. So it was the first signal, like for the Wu sign. You know what else I like? Like when Gza meet up with people when he met up with Inspector Deck and shit. We're like, all right, Inspector Deck, sorry, I'm gonna ride with you. He crossed Inspector Deck name off the list. Whole world classic track. He got Inspector Deck on a few hot tracks. But see when he gets Wu Brothers on the album, Inspector Deck was already on that joint. On the last episode, they showed him rapping on that joint. But in this story, I like how when they join Gza on a mission, when they join him on a mission, he grabbed a rap book like it's a weapon. Like you're like, oh, we going to war? Oh, you want me to go to war with you? Grab somebody like you grab your sword in the sword movie. Or in a gangster movie, they grab their gun. They grab their rap book. Like, all right, I'm going, let's go. Go on this journey, go on the journey with Gza. I think that's fire. I thought that was fire. I like how they did that. They join a mission, they pick up their rap book like like a weapon. It's fire. The whole time, just crossing out, just crossing out of the whole time, just crossing out the list of everybody. He getting in the squad. He getting the squad and cross out Inspector Deck. He cross out Master Killer. And he met up. Oh no, yeah, he met up with Master Killer. Or some about the girls serving the drinks and shit. So now they on a mission. They all trying to find an Abbott. I mean, these girls. At first, I thought they was Old Dirty girls, or they worked for Old Dirty, cause they came through blasting that. I come through that me and Mariah. Oh yeah, I mean the Mariah Carey track. I'm like, oh, that's a show Old Dirty on. He on the remix. I'm thinking they Old Dirty girls. These are these not Old Dirty girls. These are Destruction of Hip Hop girls. The girls that work for the destruction of hip hop. I already knew it was a setup from the jump. I already knew it was a setup from the jump. I told them not to drink that damn soda. And them girls that they came through with some drinks and it was like drink up. And they was, I mean, it was like exotic girls, so they was like falling for them, like wanting to get with them. Girls was on some Diamond Matrix shit when they caught them and they had the shit that they was drinking, put them to sleep. When they woke up, they was on some Diamond Matrix shit. They had them tied up. They had the black whip. You know what I mean? They had all with the black leathers on and all that. It was the whole thing. Jizza arguing with the record industry. When they cuffed them up. They took them to the it's like a courtroom and shit. Thought that was hot. Jizzle putting out Jizzle putting out that bullshit. Talking about the he arguing with the record industry that's putting out that bullshit. He said ODB got a joint with Mariah Carey, Meth got a joint with Mary J. Blige. He want his shit to be straight raw. You just get his brothers on the track, straight rap shit. And he just said that. So he arguing with the rap industry because they trying to put out that bullshit. So the argument made, I mean, it was on some, no, we gotta keep the message out there and spit that positive shit. I mean, we had to have music for the minds. We're not sending all bullshit. I'm not presenting that bullshit. I'm not just gonna promote that bullshit. That's not my style. I mean, he coming at the industry like, and y'all shouldn't be just trying to feed that to our people. You should be trying to feed this too. Like when you blackmail, like they try to the what they call it, blackmail, not blackmail, but they try to like sweep that under the rug and try to push the negativity more and try to, I mean, block the positivity rap shit. You know how they do in the industry. So just having that back and forth with that, like why y'all trying to blackball. I think it's what they call it, blackball me. Blackball is a rap, bro, hip hop shit, lyrics. So yup. So do the Iron Mike, do with the Iron Mike. They was asking where was the sword. Oh yeah, it was the set. They were like, where was your sword at? Dude, the Iron Mike. This sword is his tongue. Liquid swords. They started rapping, but they said his tongue is his sword. The industry had old dirty bastard falling for the trap. Old dirty bastard was he ran hey, he came with the chains, got the girls. He like yeah, like old dirty, but oh he falling for the industry tricks. And he with the girl just like no, remember who you are, God. Dude with an Iron Mike just start doing his rap shit, spitting swords and defending and defeating the enemy. Just to start spitting swords, like he rapping. It's like his raps, whatever he's saying is cut, like cutting and hitting people. Like I mean, the enemies. He hitting the enemy. Like they on the joint, like oh falling and getting cut, thrown off the balcony and shit. So it's like whoa, he doing this thing right. Just as how just as saying it. Oh man, this shit was like a black kung fu hood Wizard of Oz trying to find RZA to bring hip hop back. He beat up he beat up some culture vultures, some motherfuckers that's in the game just trying to get money. Everybody in the game trying to get money. Not trying to say that, but trying to get money and put out a positive message to try to fix some shit in the world, put the band-aid, heal the world. Not out to get money and just get this music money and just rap about killing our people and the women, the bitches, and selling drugs and you know what I mean, killing our people and selling drugs and killing them mentally and physically and just saying bad, just doing saying the wrong stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's not good for the younger heirs, the programming generation, the generation X, us coming up because us gonna be the drug dealers or the drug addicts. Most of them might be the drug addicts. You see them now, they popping pills and rapping about that. That's not cool. So yeah, these culture vultures is approaching Gza like, yo, dog, we in a rap game now. We ain't trying that bullshit. Like they just on some other shit. Just like, look, I don't got no beef with y'all. Y'all shouldn't have beef with each other. This war is not between y'all. This war is not. We here to change this. This is hip hop. It's like, well, I rap about who's like they just on some other shit. You know what I mean, they culture vultures. So Gza had another rap start killing them. You know what I'm saying? With the future, we got Inspector Deck on the track. I think Master Killer was on the track. I don't know. Was it dude? I might. It was labels. It was one of them. No, it was labels. I don't even think they was. No, that was just Gza rapping by itself. That joint, the joint labels. Tommy ain't your motherfucking boy. During, the culture vultures with his liquid swords. Beat them. He defeated them. Nah, man. Nah, man. Okay. And then he gave them their guns back. He threw. He beat them the fuck. He beat them up and gave them their guns back. He killed them with their liquid swords and said, "Here," and say, "Yo, stop killing yourselves. Stop killing each other." And then after that, the two gangsters looked at each other because they was actually beefing with each other too. It was from two different blocks. So it was like Bloods and Crips or somebody coming together and try to beef, try um trying to get trying to get Gza out of here. Cause they had their guns up to Gza and everything, like they was gonna kill him and all that. But Gza said, Tommy ain't your motherfucking boy. All right, he started rapping. He did his rap labels, and his raps was killing him, like beating him up. Liquid swords. Oh, that was a sword. So when they got up, he gave them their guns back. They woke up out of getting beat up. He gave he gave them their guns back, and then you told them to stop killing each other. Y'all gotta stop killing each other. So then they looked at each other, and then they shook each other's hands, like, you know what? Yeah, we cool now. Message. I'm saying, that's Jizza talked to the broadcaster. He's running out of time. He came up with a plan, splitting up to meet up with the other clan members. So it's like, yo, we gotta split up because we run out of time. We gotta connect these dots, and we gotta put this Wu light on, whatever, with the power line, turn the powers on, that'll turn the Wu light on, whatever they was doing and shit. So that's what they did. They split up. Method Man, he had shadow boxing, classic track on the Jizza album, the verse, met up with Ghost. I mean, and they was all playing different characters. Like Meth was like he was some kind of soldier, and Ghost was a soldier too, like in some kind of war. But when Ghost stayed the different places, cause Ghost was like in the middle of a war, and Meth was like at a laboratory in some kind of war. It was like, in the mind of the Jizza and the Liquid Source, basically was a story about the album cover for me. Like for me, in my opinion, in my opinion, this was a story about the album cover. And of course the lyrics and what he's talking about in the lyrics and what the enemy were doing. But it's decent how they use like the kung fu imagery for the enemy and for them, but the plan was the objective was just different. It changed. I thought that was cool. So yeah, the plan of course worked. They got all the lights on, but Raekwon, he don't want to turn his light on, man. The loss of his mom, and I don't know if he really lost his mom. I'm not sure if it was if he did, if it was around that time. I'm not sure. But in his part, he was like, no, he not trying. He don't care about rap no more because that took the time away from him that he could have been spending with his mom, and now she's not here. So all that work he put into to better her life is like now is he's all that work for nothing. I mean, he felt like so he don't even work. He not even working with that no more. He don't even care about that no more. So he don't care about turning the light on for real hip hop to stay alive, because he wasn't in that state. He wasn't in that universe right there. So that was something they just had to worry about. Like, damn, was Raekwon? Why if he not gonna turn that joint on, we gonna just be out of time. But he still went on the mission to turn on the other joints. Everything worked out. Everything was turned on. The end, Method Man working on something with Red Man. Oh yeah, at this end with the phone call, we're gonna get to that. Damn, I'm about to say all that right there. But anyway, yeah, we gonna so after they got all the lights on, they saved hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Just he went up to the bad guy, the villain, the boss villain that was planning on shit like, oh, we the same. You putting out bullshit. I'm putting out the truth. You won't put out the bullshit. He said, well, you know what, man, you coming up here threatening me with this shit again. I'm gonna do what I want to do, and you gonna need more than just the liquid sword for me. And then just was like, no, I got a physical, real sword. I got a real sword as well. He said, I also got this real sword. I got this real sword for you right now. And he said, all right, so how they went at each other. When they went at each other, it paused at the pose, at the famous pose. When Jizza had the knife up the well when I don't got my the cover with me now. But you know the famous pose. That's the Jizza Liquid Sword album cover. And Jizza had the knife up to the, you know what I mean, the drawing picture of Jizza had the knife up to the board to cut his throat. So Jizza put, I it's the real put the pose on the episode, the end of the episode. So yeah, that pose turned into the actual album cover, the album record cover, and the Jizza holding it and saying, "Oh, this joint fat, bro. This album cover fat." So that's what I'm saying. Basically, that whole joint was that story, and that's what the thing was. That's what they was fighting for and shit, fighting for hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So they like joint fat, yeah. But just like I want you to stick around. I'm trying to get all the brothers here, and I want to record something. Just like I'm out, but yeah, I'm gonna slide back around when you get everybody together. So all right, Devon stepped in. He was like, "Yeah, man, Jizz's album is going #1 and all that, this and that." It's like cool. So he like, "Yeah, what you doing? Let's celebrate this and that." Like, no, I'm calling the brothers together. I got something new that I want to work with the brothers with. And then Divine, like, all right, I think you need to listen to this. So he turned on the answering machine with the messages. None of them brothers ain't coming through the night to record with RZA. RZA, he just, everybody doing their own thing. So Method Man working on something with Redman. He was like, yo, I'm with Redman right now. I can't come through to the studio tonight. You know what I mean? Me and Redman working on some shit. This shit hot. So that's what Meth was doing. ODB partying with Mariah Carey. ODB like, yo, I'm at this party with Mariah Carey. Oh, this shit crazy. I'm about to put a baby on one of these R&B bitches. So ODB, D wilding, like having fun with Mariah Carey and shit. That was decent. That was cool. Inspector Deck, he was ready. He was ready to slide. So Inspector Deck was like, he left a message. He was like, yo, get me a ride. Give me a ride to this. I come through, but you gotta get me a ride up there. You gotta get me a plane ticket. Well, I don't know if he was already in the area. Give me a car ride. Call Uber. It wasn't no Uber back in the day, but he got called a taxi for the bull. Something, man. Bus ride. Inspector Deck just needed a ride. He's always ready to come and lay his verse. Inspector Deck always laying a verse. You know what I'm saying? He always knocking it off. He probably came through that night. So the next episode, they probably show Inspector Deck come through with like I bomb atomically. Yeah, I mean, saying the verse of that beat, and that's that famous drink that you know what I mean. We definitely on. He definitely got ended with that with the Wu-Tang Forever joint. But ODB party with Mariah Carey. Inspector Deck was ready to slide, but he just needed a ride to get to the studio. He didn't want to drive. Oh, he said he didn't want to drive out there with the dare. He said with the dares. It's dare. It's not dares. Like, you know what I mean? He said, you know, all these dares, and he said, I don't want to ride out there with all these dares. Give me a ride. No, it's dare, man. It's you don't put an S at that. A dare is more than one. Like, I don't know. The writers just say we're gonna do it ghetto, I guess. Ghostface Killer and Raekwon is working on their joint with Jodeci, the Jodeci remix. They was like, yo, they left a message like, yo, we doing this remix with Jodeci. Yo, this Joe fire. So Ghost and Ray, they out and about. So they not coming to the studio. Ghost and Raekwon, all right, working on the Jodeci remix. And then we got You God. Okay, so You God was taking care of his son. You God was like, yeah, I'm out here with my son, taking care of my son. I can't come out. So it was like, all right, you know, his son got shot the other episode. So, you know what I mean? He got to spend time with his family. Master Killer is out with Gza in Brooklyn. So Master Killer, Gza get on the answer machine. No, Master Killer get on the answer machine like, yo, this Master Killer, yo, yeah, I'm out here with Gza. We out here in Brooklyn. We ain't gonna make it to the studio. So RZA just like, damn, ain't nobody coming through to hear this new shit that I want them to record. So when I bet it was Triumph. It was one of them. It was one of them joints for the Wu Forever album. Yeah, he was getting them together. It's just time to get them together for that, and that's how they gonna end the season. And that shit gonna be fire. But anyway, we still got the Ghostface. We gotta see it. We gotta see the Ghostface Killer going to. I'm thinking we probably when we get into the mind of Ghost shit is going. I think Ghost shit gonna be regular. Like just. All right, went to the studio. Y'all want a song about this, and it was just originally like, all right, what about like the beat like that? Uh, Dwelling in the past flashbacks when I was young. Whoever thought I had a baby girl and three sons? I'm going through this difficult stage. I find it hard to believe why my earth had so many seeds, but she's an old woman. And due to me, I respect that. I saw life was really worth and took a step back. Family ain't family no more. We used to play ball eggs at the school, eat grist 'cause we was poor. Cause they had it on the channel, fix it, hang on the TV, rocking each other pants to school. Wasn't easy. Snotty knows no jokes. We kept it real, but the older brother still had jokes. Sadly, daddy left me at the age of 6. I didn't know nothing, but mommy need me. Packed the shit, she cried, and grandma held the family down. I guess mommy wasn't strong enough, she just went down. Check it. 15 of us in a 3-bedroom apartment, roaches everywhere. Cousins, aunts is there, 4 in the bed, 2 at the foot, 2 at the head. I didn't like to sleep with John. He peed the bed. 7 o'clock, plucking roaches out the cereal box. Some share the same spoon, watching Saturday cartoons. Sugar water was a thing. Harry Mills no thrill. In the summer, feeling shelves was down like still. And it was days I had to go to Texas House with a note stating, Glory, can I borrow some food? I'm dead broke. So I'm embarrassed I couldn't stand and knock at the door. My friends might be laughing. I spent stamps in stores. Mommy was a toilet paper. Use a newspaper. Someone of a deep. My whole youth was sharp in the cleats. Uh, uh, Listen me, kill me, but I remember this. Mine's like the fingertips. So up the code on my eye before school with a spit. Casework, I had to run it back to face. Son, they try to throw his eyes a place. Sometimes I look up at the stars and analyze the skies and ask myself, was I meant to be here? Why? All that I got is you. Mary J. Blige on the hook. And I'm so thankful we made it through. So yeah, it goes. They gotta do that Iron Man jump, man. But I was just saying, I don't think he gonna have a storyline like that when you step into the mind of Ghost's imagination when he creating an album because he said he was in a bad in one of his interviews he said he was in a bad place when he made that album and he feel like it wasn't good to him. He ain't like that joint like that, but that was definitely a classic album. The Iron Man album was a classic album. But since he said that in the interview, that he wasn't really in it like that. I don't think he gonna be in it like that. Like it's just gonna be on some regular shit, but that's gonna be hot. 'Cause that's gonna be a different twist. It's gonna be a different part of the show. Like I mean, 'cause we used to seeing everybody get like Old Dirty had a storyline, and we get into the mind of Old Dirty. Everybody did that. RZA with the, I mean, yeah, RZA did too, but Raekwon with the mafia shit, Jizzle with this kung fu shit a Japanese shit, samurai shit. Think Ghost John probably just be like, yo, show him actually in the studio, like working on shit or going through some shit in real life and be like, oh, I'm gonna write about that and then go write about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. We gonna see though. And then I think that's it. They're not gonna do You God and Inspector Deck. They're not gonna do all the albums because like they wasn't classic albums. They was good albums. They was good. They was good albums. And when y'all hear this Inspector Deck and You God don't y'all had good albums, but it didn't hit the charts. Like that shit wasn't like, oh, that's #1 hit of Raekwon joint. Like they hit the classic joints albums. You know what I mean? Like that. So y'all shit was just underground. But it had some hot shit. Had some shit on there. Um so I think that's about it. I think that's everything. Did I miss anything? Like I said before, they already spoke about American. Oh yeah, Gza was saying he got to meet up with hold up. Gza say he was meeting up with Killer Priest. So we gonna get a story about with Killer Priest. the Bible verse? Are we gonna get a story about that? We already heard they skipped his verse when I judged wisely, as if nothing ever surprised me. They skipped his verse and went straight to the RZA. So they not going to show the story about how, I mean, he came about with that verse on that song, because it's a little story behind that I heard because Killer Priest told the story. But I ain't gonna get all into that. I'm not gonna get all into that on here. It's not a bad story. It's funny, but I'm not gonna get all into that on here right now. But are they going? I was just saying. He said he was meeting up with them, so they might say something about that on the next episode. I don't know if they gonna have room to fit that in there with the other person's story, because they might go straight to Ghost Joint. They might go straight to Ghost Joint, or like I said, they might tell it in a different way. But they might have 2 episodes and they tell us some more in another way, but they're gonna have to fit all this in. 'Cause I think it's only 10 episodes and this is it. And we already on episode 8 and 9, so yeah, they're gonna have to fit that in if they're gonna try to put it all together like that, but I don't know. But, yeah, we might hear something about Killer Priest on the next one. We'll see. But I also wanted to say they already spoke. Raekwon already spoke about his other group, American Cream Team. I'm wondering, are we still going to get any mentions of the Sons of Man, Killer Army, Shaheem, Grave Diggers, Wu Syndicate, Black Knights? Are they going to mention these other groups that's a branch under the Wu tree? A group under the umbrella of the Wu, Timbo King, Papu. They said something. They got a little Papu in there. GP Wu. I mean, come on. There's a lot more that could be said, but yeah, the Gza joint was a classic, and we can't. And before I end this, we cannot sleep on Beneath the Surface. We can't sleep on Pro Tools. We can't sleep on the return of the Legends of the Liquid Sword, the us part 2. It got more shit that's crazy. So don't, you know what I mean, you see the story on Hulu on TV. You know what I mean? If you a new fan, you don't know that much about it, you go and listen to that first album, say, damn, okay, this joint's hot. You get turned on by what you seen on TV, and this joint's hot. Well, I'm gonna turn you on by watching this, pause, but I'm gonna put you on to some more by watching this review. Pro Tools, Return of the Liquid Swords, Beneath the Surface. Gza got more, a lot more. His lyrics only get better, so go check that out. And again, this is another one, a recap review, talking to you about the Wu. This one was about Liquid Swords, Gza. I think it's episode 7 or 8. I don't know, but it is what it is. Raw and uncut. This that pod. This the one right here. Peace.
I built my garden with the golden hearts, the medley sparks, a serpents lurking in my art. Vision dark, it lost parts, a slick tongue. Glad to speak, deceive the weak, they eat the treat in the street. With venom glands, his fangs slobber on the pillow and sheets. Don't ever